St. Augustine wasn't very different from home, and everything was segregated. So a thing that had been probably noted during those days were a slogan, know your place and stay in it. I think black children were taught that early in life. Know your place and stay in it. The world is not the same, it's not equal for all people. So there are places that you can't go, and there are things that you cannot do, even though you see other children doing these things, but that's not for you. And I started asking questions about the mass meetings, and this was after having gone downtown and saw some of the things that were happening there and the signs up and everything like that. And I decided I wanted to go to the mass meeting. So I decided I wanted to attend the meetings. And because it represented so much of what I felt that life should be like. We were taught that you're putting your life on the line. Things can happen, but this is a nonviolent movement. One time I was in jail. They put us all out in a pen. That was the most inhumane thing that I think could have ever happened to us. They built a place like you would put chickens in or dogs in, the chicken wire, the dog wire fence. And during the day, we had to be out there in that sun, in the hot Florida sun. And they did let us have water out there, but that was very cruel. I participated in the night marches, and they were very powerful marches, very scary marches sometimes. We received all kinds of threats and all kinds of activities. And I remember one very vividly, and that's when they had said if Dr. King marched in St. Augustine that night, that he would die. And everybody tried to get Dr. King not to march, but Dr. King still led that march out of the church. He led that march out of the church and started down the streets. I don't know how far he marched in that march, but he did lead that march out from the church. But it was something funny about when we would get ready to go out on a night march, after hearing a sermon and singing the freedom songs and talking about the purpose of all of this. At the end, we would sing a song, God Will Take Care of You. And no matter how down people might have been feeling or how scared we had been made to be, when we sang that song, God Will Take Care of You, it just lifted everybody's spirit. Everybody felt so strong, and we just felt like we could go out there and conquer the world. Dr. King was coming in for a mass meeting, and he was arriving late. And Dr. King, by the time Dr. King finished the mass meeting, it would have been too late for him to go to a restaurant if we had one here that would have served him. So I was asked to prepare a meal for him right there in Dr. Halen's office, the dentist's office. I prepared Dr. King's meal there, and he ate it and seemed to have enjoyed it. And I fixed some steak and toast and a salad. From the movement, I carry a greater love for helping people. That's always been my passion, helping others. And there are things that I want to do to help the next generation avoid having to go through these things. Because when I make observations now, I can see having to go back through some of the things that we went through in the 60s. I can see laws being changed that's going to put people back to where we used to be, and we just must get busy and work on these things before we get back to that point. And it's not just a racial thing anymore. It's so many other things that's going to come into play that's going to change things, and it's going to make life harder for people. So we must come together. We must show more love and concern about the next person or the next generation, and just work together and try to make sure we don't have to repeat these things.